Yet ever they grew into each other more until it seemed no power could rend apart, since even the body's walls could not divide.
Let me stop you there because you don't have the sense of it. Yet ever they grew into each other more. See, they're growing more into each other.
Hmm.
So you have to have more touching each other
Okay.
and not go right to until.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yet ever they grew into each other more until it seemed no power could rend apart, since even the body's walls could not divide. For when he wandered in the forest, oft her conscious spirit walked with him and knew his actions as if in herself he moved. He, less aware, thrilled with her from afar. Always the stature of her passion grew, grief, fear, grief, fear became the food of mighty love. Increased by its torment, it filled the whole world. It was all her life, became her whole earth and heaven. I'll read those two sentences again. I lost the connection there as well.
Sure.
Always the stature of her passion grew. Grief, fear became the food of mighty love. Increased by its torment, it filled the whole world. It was all her life, became her whole earth and heaven. Although life born an instant and in although life born an infant of the hours, immortal it walked, unslayable as the gods. Her spirit stretched measureless in strength divine, an anvil for the blows of fate and time, or ti- tired, or
Or,
tired, or
or,
tired of sorrow's passionate luxury, grief's self became calm, dull-eyed, resolute, awaiting some issue in its fiery struggle.
of its, you're reading too fast, you see?
Okay.
You're reading very well today. You must have practiced this.
Okay.
Did you practice it a little bit?
No, I didn't actually, but I
No.
concentrated before.
Okay. The thing is that some of the lines are being read very, very beautifully. And
Okay.
you're just missing things because you're rushing through.
Okay, so I slow it down.
Okay.
Awaiting some issue of its fiery struggle, some deed in which it might forever cease, victorious over itself and death and tears. The year now passed upon the brink of change. No more the storms sailed with stupendous wings, and thunder strode in wrath across the world. But still was heard a muttering in the sky,
Okay,
and
I have to stop you there again. You see, no more these storms sail with stupendous wings, and no more thunder strode in wrath across the world. So you have made it seem like thunder strode in wrath across the world. But no, it didn't do that anymore.
okay, okay.
Okay, good.
No more the storms sailed with the again. No more the storms sailed with stupendous wings, and thunder strode in wrath across the world. No, I still didn't get it. No more the storms stays. No more the storms sailed with stupendous wings, I'm not getting it, Narad.
Or the storms sailed with stupendous wings, and thunder strode in wrath across the world, but still was heard. See, they all combine.
Okay, okay, yeah. No more the storms sailed with stupendous wings, and thunder strode in wrath across the world, but still was heard a muttering in the sky, and rain dripped wearily through
Wearily,
wearily the,
wearily,
the and rain dripped wearily through
no,
the mo-
like we are, wearily,
wearily
wearily, wearily,
wearily wearily
wearily, wearily.
and rain dripped wearily through the mournful air, and grey, slow drifting clouds shut in the earth. So her grief's heavy sky shut in her heart.
Oh, it's really shut in. Not shut in, but shut in. If you shut in something, you shut grief
Okay.
in your heart, you shut it in. See? Start again, no more the storms. So
Yes.
you're getting it slowly, but well, you see, Prima, we want to get to a point where I can begin to record your Savitri for the world to understand.
Mm.
That is a vast, vast
Mm.
work. So, excuse me, but I have to be critical of these
No,
lines.
please, please, please. And this is exactly how I have progressed so much. So
Okay, all right. Well, now we're going deeper into Savitri each week. And so we
each
have to,
week, and you said like just earlier, you said that I read so well because earlier, whenever I've read so well, it has only been for the lines I've practiced, but now I did it. So it's definitely getting better.
good.
So,
Start
so
with the year.
please, you don't even have to tell me anything. Please take that freedom. You have it already.
Okay. Start with the year now paused. Because what we're going to see here in this year, that Sri Aurobindo is going to speak about storms, about thunder, about the sky, about rain, about clouds. All that is one thing that he's giving us. This
Yeah.
picture, this picture of India, of course. In
Mm.
and so remember that the year is pausing on the brink of change, and the
Yeah.
storms are no longer sailing, the thunder is no longer striding across the world. But yeah, there's still a muttering in the sky, and the rain drips wearily, and the gray, slow drifting clouds shut in the earth. And then he matches it to Savitri's heart.
Mm.
So griefs, the heavy sky of Savitri's grief
Mm.
is in her heart. Okay, from the year now paused.
The year now paused upon the brink of change. No more the
Oh,
storm.
actually, it's a full stop. The
Okay.
year now paused upon the brink of change.
Change. The year now paused upon the brink of change. No
No,
more the storms.
you're still doing change. You're still raising your voice, lifting your voice. It has to be a finality. The year now paused upon the brink of change. And then you're
The
going to
year.
you, and you're going to talk about the storms.
Okay. The year now paused upon the brink of change.
No, your voice has been the same every time with change. Upon
Okay.
of change.
Brink, brink
Change.
of change.
Yes.
Brink of change.
Yes, you got it.
Oh, okay. The year now paused upon the brink of change. No, did I get it?
Not quite. It was a little, but it wasn't there.
I also thought so. I also thought so.
You have to make it to be a full stop.
Yeah. The year now paused upon the brink of change.
No. Change, change,
Okay, we'll get it.
on the
One
brink
second.
of change.
On the brink of change.
Yes.
I don't know what's happening when I put it together, but let's try.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
The year now paused upon the brink of change.
No. Okay. Let's look at the sentence. The subject is the year.
Yeah.
The verb is now paused.
Yes.
And then the object is the brink of change.
Yeah.
So, year now paused upon the brink of change. You have to change the quality of your voice on the word change. You have to make it seem final because the year is pausing, but it's only pausing on this brink of change, on this edge of change.
Mm.
And
Okay.
then and then we're going to go into the storms and the thunder and the sky and the rain and the clouds. It's so beautifully done. So you can do it.
Thank you for your patience. The year now passed upon the brink of change. No, I think this time I dropped it.
No, you didn't drop a change. Change, you're going up instead of down.
Okay. The year now paused upon the brink of change.
Why,
I
why do I feel change is a question mark?
okay.
Change, change. No,
Change.
the year now
Brink of
paused
change.
upon the brink of change.
Upon the brink of change.
Yes, yes.
Okay. The year now paused upon the brink of change. Still no? Okay.
You listen to it on the recording and you'll hear it again and again.
Yes.
It's exactly the same. Just say for me, upon the brink of change.
Upon the brink of change.
There it is.
I don't know what happens when I put it together. Okay, let's try again. The year now paused upon the brink of change. No? Okay. Brink of change.
You might even try to think in your consciousness, let me drop the
Let's try it in the pentameter.
year.
The
No,
year now paused upon the brink of
no,
change.
I
No.
don't know. The year now paused upon the brink of change.
The year now paused upon the brink of change.
That's it. Iambic pentameter.
Okay. The
So,
year now paused upon the brink of change.
and now you have changed what I wanted to say, and I couldn't get the words out. Uh, Change the music, the tone of your voice to be a little bit deeper on the word change
Change.
because you're completing a sentence. You had the subject, the object, and verb, everything there, and now you're going to go to another sentence with no more the storm. So we don't on the brink of change. No change.
Brink
No
of
on the brink
change.
of change. Change.
The year now paused upon the brink of change.
You got it.
Okay. The year now paused upon the brink of change.
Yes. Got
Okay.
it.
So what I'll tell you how I did it. So
Okay.
when you the last time you did, you said like change. So every time I was reading it, I was doing the hand action here. So it got the gesture you showed kind of guided me to say it.
Oh, wonderful. Good. We'll do more of that. Very good. Okay.
Let me try again. The year now paused upon the brink of change.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, upon the brink of change. No
But
more
a little bit deeper. Change, change,
change,
change.
change,
Yeah, lower your voice a little bit more, a little deeper. Make it a little deeper. That's what I
change,
would say. Yes.
change,
And don't make it like a question. Change, period,
change,
finish.
change.
Good. All right,
Okay.
let's go.
No more the storm sailed with stupendous wings and thunder strode. No more the storms sailed with stupendous wings and thunder strode in wrath across the world. But still was heard a muttering in the sky, and rain dripped wearily through the mournful air.
Here's the way you're going to get it. You're going to remember in the middle of this word is an ear.
We- Wearily,
EAR, wearily, wearily, wearily. There's ear there. See EAR?
okay, okay, and rain dripped wearily through the mournful air.
Good, good.
Sorry and thank you. I don't know what else to say. And grey, slow drifting clouds shut in the earth.
But you see, slow drifting is a hyphenated word here. It's not slow drifting clouds, it's slow drifting.
Okay.
They are slow drifting. The clouds are slow drifting.
And
Not
grey, slow drifting clouds
yes,
in the
yes, you got it.
so her grief's heavy sky shut in her heart.
No, shut in her heart. Not shut in her heart.
Got it. So her grief's heavy sky shut in her heart.
No, but it's a full stop. Shut in her heart.
So her grief's heavy sky shut in her heart.
Yes.
A still self hid behind but gave no light. No voice came down from the forgotten heights. Only in the privacy of its brooding pain, her human heart spoke to the body's fate.
Excellent. Now I want you to do it from the beginning
Yes,
again.
I was just going to say, shall I
We,
try it?
we used the whole half hour on this, and it's been a wonderful half
It's
hour.
good, yeah. I love it when we go over and do this, because we get like really subtle things fixed. And
Yeah.
I have seen how it kind of helps me to, like now, like the way you now told the hyphenated word and reading it together, this kind of stays with me, and the next time I see that I remember. So when we do this repetition, somehow it really goes in as well.
And in Savitri, there are so many hyphenated words.
Mm.
Become one word
Mm.
in two words. It becomes one experience, one word.
Mm.
That's very important. The other thing that's important here is that we can feel in our consciousness this whole story of what Savitri is going through. She is deeply in sorrow. We have the wordless offering of her days, and so have her life, the altar, herself, the sacrifice. So we know that this young girl is going through so much. She's
Mm.
not aware that she's an incarnation of the Divine Mother yet. She's
Yeah.
in love with the she's in love with Satyavan.
Yeah.
Now, other people are not going to tell you this. They're going to say, "Oh, Narad is, he's just a romantic, and you have to forgive him." But I'm not just a romantic. I'm telling it as Sri Aurobindo is telling us. Yes, there are layers and layers above it, far and far above it.
Mm.
But Sri Aurobindo is giving us English words.
Yeah.
And he studied for 25 years in England. He studied all the great poets in all the different languages. So when he's giving us these words, they have a power that nothing else has in poetry.
Mm.
Occasionally some of Shakespeare, no doubt, but not to this height.
Mm.
So we have to try to arise to that height. And what I tell some of my other students is invoke Sri Aurobindo. Say, Lord, read through this body.
Yeah.
What is this body but your child?
Yeah.
And then he will help you also,
Mm.
as he's helping me.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yet ever they grew.
Yet ever they grew into each other, yet ever they grew into each other more, until it seemed no power could rend apart, since even the body's walls could not divide. For when he wandered in the forest, oft her conscious spirit walked with him and knew his actions as if in herself he moved. He, less aware, thrilled with her from afar. Always the stature of her passion grew. Grief, fear became the food of mighty love. Increased by its torment, it filled the whole world. It was all her life, became her whole earth and heaven. Although life born, an infant of the hours, immortal it walked, unslayable as the gods. Her spirit stretched measureless in divine strength. Sorry,
Oh,
her spirit stretched measureless in strength divine, an anvil for the blows of fate and time, of tired or tired of sorrow's passionate luxury, grief's self became calm, dull-eyed, resolute, awaiting some issue of its fiery struggle, some deed in which it might forever cease, victorious over itself and death and tears. The year now paused upon the brink of change. No more the storm sailed with stupendous wings, and thunder strode in wrath across the world, but still was heard a muttering in the sky, and rain dripped wearily through the mournful air, and grey, slow-drifting clouds shut in the earth. So her grief's heavy sky shut in her heart. A still self hid behind, but gave no light. No voice came down from the forgotten heights. Only in the privacy of its brooding pain, her human heart spoke to the body's fate.
very good. You didn't quite get change, but it's okay.
Yeah, after I read it, I also didn't feel it like I got it.
I didn't want to disturb you. But you see, fate at the end, when you said fate, that's the way you should have said change also.
Okay.
A human heart spoke to the body's fate. Change, fate.
The year now paused upon the brink of change. Still not getting it, no?
No, if you can lower the tone a little bit of the music to deepen your voice a little bit, not to make it quite so uh,
High pitched.
high pitched. Yeah. See what you can do with that now.
The year now paused upon the brink of change.
Yes, that's it. That's
Oh,
exactly it. Yes. Except that, okay, reading is good, but I'm still not feeling what is happening here.
okay.
You see, the year pauses upon this edge, this margin of change, extreme edge of change. What is that extreme edge of change? Well, it's just been through the monsoon,
Mm.
just extreme edge of change. And now he's going to tell us about that brink of change. On that brink of change, the storms are no longer sailing with these huge wings,
Mm.
and there is not striding in wrath across the world. But still was heard a muttering in the sky, and rain is dripping wearily through the mournful air. Mournful is, sad.
Sad.
When you mourn, I mean, it's mournful air. The
Yeah.
air is not bright and filled with sun anymore, or gentle sun as in the spring, because there's still these gray, slow drifting clouds that are shutting in the earth.
Mm.
You see, and that when you can begin to tell me what is happening so I can feel it here, that will be another progress that you'll make.
Yeah.
Reading is one good progress,
Yeah.
and then expression is another progress. So we have a ways to go, but we're making good progress.
Yes.
Don't you feel?
I do. I do. And I could also sense it now. I know I didn't read this the last half. Like no, the after the year passed, I know it was not the same quality of reading as how I could read the previous sentences. I don't still know like what is the difference or like how I can make it better, but I know when that quality differs.
Ah, so that's a big progress. That's an inner progress.
Yeah.
It's an awareness of what you still have to gain
Yeah.
in expression, and it's not an expression of a passionate kind or an what shall we say an overly artistic kind. No, it's very simple. The
Yeah.
words are very simple. Sri Aurobindo is just telling us about what's happening at this brink of change of the year. That
Yeah.
it's pausing. He doesn't say it's over yet.
Yeah.
It's pausing on the brink of change
Yeah.
because the storms are no longer sailing with these huge wings and thunder's no longer striding in wrath. And wrath is anger, huh?
Mm.
And you can feel anger in a storm. In thunder, one can feel it. Boom. I mean, when you hear that and then you feel the lightning, it's frightening at
Mm.
times. So he
Mm.
said thunder doesn't stride in wrath any longer across the world. And yet there's still a muttering that's heard in the sky. It's
Right.
not spring yet. Not
Yeah.
spring. No.
Yeah.
Because rain is still dripping. Now he says wearily. Wearily. That means tiredly.
Sadly, yeah.
If you're weary, you're tired. So now you have the ear in wearily, and you
Yeah.
won't, because warily is a totally different word.
Mm. Is it the same spelling?
No, there's no E in it.
Okay.
Warily.
Okay.
Warily means with great caution. So, so wearily means tiredly. It's just dripping. Now the air is still heavy. It's still a monsoon air. It's still, you know, what shall we say that these gray and slow drifting clouds are shutting in the earth. So there is a mournful feeling to the air, a
Yeah.
heavy monsoon. It's very mournful, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
But but still the rain is dripping tiredly, wearily through the air. And then he compares it to Savitri.
Mm.
So the next line is comparing it to Savitri.
Yeah.
So her grief's heavy sky shut in her heart. Why? Well, the clouds shut in the earth,
Yeah.
and now her grief shuts in her heart.
Mm.
And this still self, which is her divine self, hid behind, but it didn't give any light. Not as yet.
Mm.
And no voice even came down from these heights that have been, now these heights are forgotten.
Mm.
I mean, you know, when she meets Satyavan, it's the feeling of deep love, and for them it's divine love.
Yeah.
And yet that there's no voice of the divine coming down from these heights, from her soul's heights. For
Mm.
the souls is the forgotten heights, but only in the privacy of its brooding pain, her human heart spoke to the body's fate. Oh, it's so powerful. Yeah, we used up half an hour.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
good.
I think to a very good measure.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
for very good. Namaste.
See. And any news you have?
Yes, I have my visa.
Oh, congratulations!
Okay,
See you soon in
very
person.
very good.